you. When truth is rejected, all that is left to embrace is a lie. So when you reject truth, you can only embrace lies. When light is rejected, all you have left is darkness. Now, Matthew said, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is therefore good for nothing but to be cast out and trodden under the foot of men. Now, do you know salt have two values?
Yes.
Too much of salt can give you high blood pressure. Too much of salt is not good for you.
That's right.
But you have to have some salt because you can't live without salt. That's why salt flavors the earth. We are the thing that flavors the earth. We are the season for the earth. If the Christians don't live right, the people that call themselves Christians, the people that are saints, you don't live right, the earth has no example.
All right.
If we've lost our saving power, we're good for nothing.
That's right.
But to be trodden under the foot of men.
That's right.
So we have to understand. Now, too much of salt will give you high blood pressure. And sometimes the doctor take you off of salt. But you got to have some salt.
That's right.
You got to have some salt. Because when you're sweating, you're losing, it's all coming out. Anybody ever been where you sweating, you felt salt? On the outside, you felt it come out? You got to have some salt in you. You get it all out, you're going to become delusional and messed up.
That's right. Yeah.
So all of that, the thing that, see, here's what happened. Too much of a good thing can hurt you. Too less of it can hurt you also. You got to be in the middle. Stay right there. We are the salt of the earth.
That's right.
So, the solution. Look at somebody says solution. Now, here goes the solution. The solution is the act or process of the act of method of a process of solving problem. So, you can't solve a problem if you say you don't have a problem. You can't solve a problem if you're not a part of the problem. Somebody said, well, I didn't have nothing to do with it, what they said. Yes, you did. They said it to you, so that put you in it. Is that true?
That's true.
You never would have been in it. They put you in it. They walk up and say, I don't like you. You no good. Now you in it now. So how you going to solve it? You got to think it through. Am I going to respond? Am I going to react? You talking to me? You got the nerve. You don't even know me. You got the nerve to say that to me. You don't know who you're talking to. Now, here's the thing. You have to be careful with people that are not quite ready for prime time. Everybody that's in here to raise their hand. And everybody that shout. Don't think that they won't cut you. Miss Squirrel may have a knife under her blouse. In Arkansas, my home, this man was one of the best guitar players in the church. I mean, he could really play. And he, they didn't leave the guitars at church. They put them on the strap on his back and go home. Well, some guys going to jump, hey, you old sanctified man, let's take his money. And then he came up on him. He took that guitar off his back and went to play a note on their head. And he was hitting him so hard, one of the guys was falling back. I thought you were saved. He said, I backslid last night. So, you don't know. Let me go on, because we're trying to get some solutions. See, the solution is not to let us run wild without any control.
That's right.
What did I say? The solution is not to let us do what?
Run wild without any control.
Is not to deny the desire that make you a person. No, you're still a person. But it helps us to harness our desires through discipline.
Yes.
So we may reach our divine destiny.
That's right.
That's what it does. That's why we have to, the solution is, we got to have some type of process of solving this thing in the right way.
Yes.
It gives you biblical ways for a person to reach their highest purpose in life.
Yes.
It is the role of temperance, self-control, and discipline. All the men that Jesus called to follow him had fought. Jesus, Matthew was a tax collector. The tax collector didn't get paid. They got a percentage. The government said, you're going to give me 10%. Whatever else you get over 10%, then it's yours. So that's why the tax collector was hated, because they put on the extra tax to get their own money. Right. And they was hated. Matthew was a tax collector, but Jesus called him. Yeah. Come on. Yes, he did. Jesus called them. Yes, James and John, the Zebedee, son of Zebedee, they were people that was quick-tempered. Peter was quick-tempered, but Jesus called him. Yes. James and John were sitting one wanted to sit on one side of Jesus, the other on the other. They were separate, but Jesus called them. I wish I had some help here. Yeah. And not only was that, Peter was a big mouth person. Peter would speak out. Yes. Peter would cut your ear off. Yes. That's right. Amen. But Jesus called him. That's right. Huh? All right. Paul was ambushed on the road to Damascus. He ambushed people on the road to Damascus. But God called him. So what I want you to understand, God didn't call all perfect folk. Everybody had some fault. And when God called us, we had some fault. But the thing is, we do not allow our fault to override our perfection. That's where we have to be. Use the assertion. Use the assertion to hold yourself back. Be like the man, the preacher. This is the truth. The preacher, the man jumped on the preacher, and the preacher threw him down and had a brick. And the man's eyes was big, and the preacher said, "Look what I would do to you if the Lord wasn't holding my hand." That's called assertion. Do you understand? That's what you use it for. To hold yourself back. Oh, Jesus, they don't understand. That is true anyhow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. God chose us in spite of who we are. That's right. God chose us. Yeah. Now, God is not looking for strong, aggressive, bold, and fearless warriors of the cross who will be willing to what God is looking for. He's looking for strong, aggressive, bold, fearless warriors of the cross who are willing to fight the good fight of faith, to run the race of righteousness with temperance, who will resist the devil until the devil flee, who will endure hardness as a good soldier. That's what God is looking for. God, you know, the Marines said we're looking for a few good men. That's what God's looking for, a few good men that will be good. Not just think good, but will be good. God is looking for somebody that will obey him. God is looking for somebody that will stand still and know that he's God. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Glory to God. Amen. Let me close here by telling you all of these things, how to be temperate, how to allow God to control you without you controlling yourself. All right. And Nehemiah, help me say Nehemiah, was a man that fit that example. Yes. He had stayed in the king's house out of when they was in exile. Yes. And through post-exile, a portion of post-exile, posted on the other side. But he had lived in the king's house and he was the king cupbearer. That's right. That means that he tasted the wine and the food before the king would eat to make sure that he would not be poisoned. In other words, if he would drink the wine and eat the food and the king saw him fall over, he would know that that was bad wine. How would you like to volunteer for a job like that? Well, most dictators have 8 or 9 or 15 or 20 different people to taste their food. All right. And they have some watching the people that is watching him because they don't trust anybody. They don't trust anybody. Lord have mercy. And Nehemiah had the job. And the Bible said that he was in Shushan with King Artaxerxes. And some of his relatives, not relatives, friends came in from Israel and Jerusalem. And Nehemiah asked them, how are things in my homeland? Yes, he did. Even though he hadn't been there for years. Yeah. And they told him, said, the walls are all torn down. So your graves of your father, the upholsteries are all broken up. Now, his love for his country caused Nehemiah to fast for 30 days. And while he was fasting and praying, he was asking God for a way to go back and build the walls. You see, when you use the principles, discipline, number one, was he fasted for 30 days.
All right.
And discipline was that he had to bring the king the food while he was fasting and the drink. And the Bible said that Nehemiah's countenance changed. Now, you know, if you're going through a fast, some of you just fast one day and your countenance, what I'm going to say, changes. You can't wait till 4 o'clock. But he'd been going through for 30 days. And he came before the king. Here is the restraint he used.
All right.
He used the word, O king, live forever. Now they were telling him, don't look at me because I'm looking strange. Because I'm not trying to destroy you, nor am I trying to trick you. So I want you to live forever.
Yes.
And he said, why then is this sadness of heart accounted? Your countenance looks sad. And Nehemiah said, I got some bad news. They told me that the walls are torn down in Jerusalem.
Yes.
And the upholstery of my father's graves are all torn up.
Yes.
He said, I would just like for the king, if it pleases the king, if I have been pleasing to the king, to grant me the request to go back and build the walls. Now, when you come before God, you got to believe that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him.
That's right.
You can't go before God and talk about I'm hoping and I'm praying. Because hoping and praying, and you continue to hope and pray, that means that you just believing and praying, but you never asked it. And you didn't believe what you asked him for, because if you believe it, you don't keep hoping and praying for that.
That's right.
When you believe something, you stand on what you believe.
That's right.
Hope is the legs that leads to faith. Because if you don't have hope, faith have nothing to do.
That's right.
Faith is the only thing that is invisible that becomes real when you believe it. For without faith, it's impossible to please God. So what you believe God for is invisible, but it becomes real when I add faith to it. Faith is the substance, and substance is anything that is needed to develop what needs to be developed. I need some help, Holy Ghost. And so that's why God learns how, and faith is just like what we use as when they use for photography before we got all of this instant development. For photography, a good photographer don't use no cameras and your telephone to take pictures. They take pictures and they go into the lab, their own lab, and they develop their own pictures. And what they have to do, they got to put them in darkness. I need some help, Holy Ghost. And God keeps us in darkness just like the photographer does to develop us in the darkness, because God don't want to expose us to the light. And all our problems, God don't want to bring them in the light, because if He expose them in the light, everybody see them and they will be destroyed. Don't you thank God that in the secret, that God in the secret place have developed us? We was hurting by ourselves, we was crying by ourselves, but nobody didn't see it. But He was in those moments. I wish I had some real folk. In those moments, God was developing us, and God was making us what we want to be. And He was crying because nobody could see it. But God, the man had to put this in some type of solution and shake it around. And while we were there, God was shaking us around in some type of solution. And then all of a sudden, everything became real, and we were able to see a person there. What the real person was. God got a picture of you on the inside and outside, but God do not expose your inside to your outside of the world while He's developing you. Look at somebody and say, you are in your developing stages. I don't know, somebody look like I'll just give God one praise for that. While you're in your developing stages, God is shaping you and making you. And so Nehemiah came before the king. He's now been developed. And he said, "Oh king," said, "I need a leave of absence." And the king said, "How long?" He said, "I don't know, undetermined." And the king said, all right, I'll give you that. Then, and let me tell you something. Look at somebody and say, when you get God's attention, tell him everything. Don't just tell him a little something. Look at somebody and say, don't tell on it. Tell about it. Oh, y'all miss it. I said, don't tell on it. Tell him about it. And Nehemiah said, he said, the walls are torn down, but I don't have no lumber. He said, the gates are all broken down, but I don't have no lumber. He said, not only do I don't have no lumber, I have no way of getting it there. And he said, where are you going? He said, Jerusalem. Well, that's 800 miles. And most of it is timber and desert. And he said, Nehemiah said, I'm going to need some soldiers. Because if I don't have no soldiers, there are a lot of bandits on the way. And they may overtake me and overcome me. Oh, king, do you have a few soldiers? I wish I had some help here. Then he said to him, said, yeah, I can do that. He said, well, when I get to the river, to the borderline, said, you know the king on the other side is not going to let me cross over. But king, I need a letter. And if you just pin me a letter, does anybody need a letter? If you need a letter to get to the other side, look under here, tell somebody, say, he's able. I said, he's able to give me a passport to get to the other side. So he gave him a passport to the other side. Oh, Lord. And he got soldiers now. He got wagons. He got horses. And he got food. And he's on his way for 800 miles. Now, let me tell you something. While you're going through your trials, I'm trying to help you get through it, and I told you I'm going to help you get through it. While you're going through your trials, look at somebody and tell them that you cannot tell everybody about your trouble. Because they will become trouble, a part of your trouble. They will tell you you can't make it. They will tell you you're going to die on the way. They will tell you you don't have enough money. They will tell you you're not educated enough. So hold your peace. Look at somebody and say, sip it up. And so here Nehemiah, 52 days, no, 3 months, to get 800 miles. And he get there. And when he got there, they see the army coming in. They see wagons. They see all of these, what were the Syrians, but the other people coming in. Babylonians. And they see Nehemiah. But Nehemiah got up late at night. Look at somebody and said, don't do all of your stuff in the daytime because you're exposing yourself. But late at night, Nehemiah took a midnight ride. And one of the most dangerous things to do is for a preacher to be out at midnight by himself. A preacher needs somebody to be watching him when he shouldn't be out at midnight. But Nehemiah took a midnight ride. And while he went at midnight, he wanted to create curiosity. And somebody was wondering, what is he doing? But Nehemiah said, he wouldn't tell him. He said, I'm just going to go out at midnight. And you know, they said it was curiosity that killed the cat. The cat is always worried about what's going on at midnight. But don't worry about what people say about you at midnight. Just go ahead and do what God told you to do at midnight. It may be midnight in your life, but get up and pray. It may be midnight in your life, but get up and read the Bible. It may be midnight in your life, but stand up and say, I'm going to make it. So finally, they asked Nehemiah, so what are you going to do? And Nehemiah said, have you not noticed that the walls are all broken down? Have you not noticed that the upholstery of my father's grave are all torn up? So we're going to rebuild the walls. All right. And they said, well, he said, that's why we got the lumber. We're going to rebuild them. And when his enemies, help me say when his enemies, heard that he was going to rebuild the wall. They made fun of him.
Yes.
Don't worry about people mocking us.
Yes.
They said when he built the wall, said them feeble Jews, when they build the wall, said if a fox run up them, they're going to fall down. Well, let me tell you something. Look at somebody and say, don't dwell on what your enemy says. Just remember what God has said. See, when you're talking about, well, they said this and they said, forget about what they said. Just remember what God said. God said, if I'm for you, I'm more than the world against you. Did God say that? God said, though 10,000 may fall at your left, I will not allow them to fall on you. I'm with you all the way. God said, stand up and show yourself to be a man. Stand up. God said, unto him that is able to keep you from falling. I'm not worried about you pushing me down because I got God on my side. God is able to take me through it. I don't care what the devil has said. I'm going to make it. I am a child of God. If I don't care who is with me, but don't fool with me. I'm not by myself. I got the Holy Ghost. I got joy. I got peace. I got righteousness. Don't be fooled with me. You need to tell the devil, bag off. Bag off. I'm greater. Strategy. The enemy was watching me. And Nehemiah said, wait a minute. So what we got to do? We got the lumber. We got the weapons. So what I want you to do, I want you to build a wall behind your house. Now if you build it behind my house, you may do some crooked stuff. But if you build the walls behind your house, you're going to make sure that those walls are fortified. He said, help Holy Ghost. He said, there's something else. Said the enemy is watching us. When the enemies are watching you, you got to be ready for the enemy. The Bible said, watch and pray. So he said, don't get lax and relax. I want you to work with one hand on the sword and another hand on the weapon with. And if the enemy come one place, we got some trumpet to sound. Sound the trumpet. When the devil come in, sound the trumpet. Sound the trumpet. Bring the weapon. Oh, my mind that I would want to do this. But one of these days, I'm going to write the devil a letter. I'm going to tell the devil, thank you. Thank you for the problem you brought on me. Because if it hadn't been for the problem, I would have never saw my fruit. But because you brought the problem on me, I want to thank you for every lie. I want to thank you for every deceitful thing you done. Because it was in your lies and your deceitfulness that I am where I am now. Somebody said, I never want to